I decided to stay in the RLC for my third year because I just felt like I hadn't finished yet. I did, I participated as a freshman in all the things, and then sophomore year I got to see the workings behind all of it and being an academic mentor, and that was really cool, but I felt like I still had more to contribute to the community as an intern.
I stayed in the RLC mostly because of the people, just the great community that the RLC has.
My role on the intern team, I serve as the president of the LRCC, Leadership Residential College Council. One of the big roles I get to play is I get to coordinate with faculty, do a lot of coordination on things like the development of the residence college and things of that nature, which is something that's really exciting.
Okay, my role in the RLC is a vice president. My main thing is to overlook the budget, make sure everyone's staying on track with what we need, budget for the year, get all that set. I also help with different things like the RLCTs and the alumni board, and different little programs or different projects as they come up.
So I am the communications intern, which means that I'm in charge of all of the social media, anything that you've gotten through email, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat's a new thing, so that's fun. My main challenge has been working with my team of PLs and actually freshmen. The freshmen have just joined and they're awesome. It's just interesting to look at people's different skills and try to figure out what people are good at, what motivates them, and just trying to figure out how to balance the workload with everyone. So it's keeping track of a lot of things all at once. As communications intern, I have to know what's happening with all of the teams all the time and make sure that information gets out.
My role in the RLC is community engagement intern, and so I plan a lot of the events and I work with the PLs on the community engagement team to make the events the best they can be, and I feel like so far we've had a pretty good impact. I feel like this I believe went really well.
So my role here is the academic enrichment chair, but I think a lot of that goes into being engaged with the community. I think that's part two of my position, is not only doing what I'm supposed to do for my intern position as well, but to leave an impact on this community and on the freshmen as well is also a big factor. And obviously leaving an impact on anyone in this building is quite honestly the goal. So.
Well, I am the community development intern, and what that means is I work with a large team of PLs who work together to help make the lives of the freshmen better. So what they do is they go in, they're friendly, they make sure the house meetings go well, and basically they're just there as a resource for the freshmen, and they try to make the freshmen feel as welcome as possible in the community.
Just the idea that the only difference between an apartment and here is really, do you have a roommate or not? And then on top of that is, do you want your meals cooked for you or do you not, so.
You should 100% come back, number one. Number two, it's really just a great time. I've enjoyed this is round 3 and I'm still loving life on campus. On campus is great, but it's more about the people you surround yourself with. This building is always filled with great people and people who have great stories, and that's one of my favorite parts about being in this community.
And then also, just being a part of the council, getting to make those decisions, running training at the beginning. It's been hours and hours of work, but it's been really cool to be, one of the 6 people at the top who's having to make decisions and coordinate things with people.
I think that being an intern is a lot more of a time commitment than a lot of people would think, but it is a super great experience.
Well, it's honestly so amazing to be a part of the decision-making process that will honestly lead the RLC to its future self. Well, we're trying to be a residential college, and basically what that means is we have to get a lot of things together now and make everything work out so that we'll be officially recognized by the university. And it's really cool seeing all the plans for the future, the awesome plans for OSHAG that we have, and just being there and being able to be a part of history.
One thing that we've talked about a lot in our class as an intern is, what is your legacy? Like, what is your legacy going to be in the RLC for the future generations? And I think something really cool about this year, and it'll be the same thing for next year, is that the intern team is planning for many years in the future. We're planning things for this year, but also having to think about what's that going to be the impact on the future RLC. And that's been a really cool thing to try to envision what that's going to be like and see, like, lay the groundwork for all of the cool things that are going to happen in the future.